this. If your income as a Social Security beneficiary is below $1,330 on a monthly basis, you're literally below the federal poverty line. Not good. Not good at all, right? There's a lot of people that are well below the federal poverty line. About 40 million of our Americans are living in poverty, which is nuts, which is absolutely nuts, right? 40 million people living in poverty. Anyway, so here is where this whole thing comes down to. Over the years, there have been many proposals and many introductions and people talking about, and again, when I say people, I talk about lawmakers and all kinds of economists and Social Security analysts and all these different individuals that are out there and different groups that have talked about raising Social Security benefits to no less than the minimum benefit being at parity with the federal poverty line, okay? When I say parity, I mean equal to. That means, therefore, every single year when the federal poverty line increases, which it does, between about, say, 2.5% and maybe 5.5% per year is how much it increases, that's what benefits would increase. Now, as of right now, get this. This is shocking. The minimum Social Security benefit right now, take a guess. Drop a comment down below. What do you think the minimum Social Security benefit is right now on a monthly basis? You won't even guess low enough. I'll tell you this much. It's $52. It's actually a little bit more than that, but it's $52 and change is the minimum Social Security benefit right now in 2026. $52, really. There's a lot of people that are also receiving a benefit and living strictly on a benefit, SSI also included, below the federal poverty line, again, of this $1,330 on a monthly basis. Now, the major problem that we have here is that there's almost 11% of Social Security beneficiaries who are 65 plus living on any type of benefit who would be in poverty if they were not receiving Social Security. It's a bad situation, right? So point being is that there's also a huge percentage of beneficiaries receiving benefits below the federal poverty line. Well, that's where these numbers come in and where this argument continues to come back as saying, why aren't we raising benefits to a minimum of the federal poverty line? Why is anybody on Social Security living in poverty? It's a pretty good argument right there, right? It's a great question. Why? Why is anybody who is either a senior who is retired receiving Social Security or somebody with a disability getting disability benefits living in poverty, literally living on their benefit? Because remember, about 40% of all Social Security beneficiaries rely on their monthly benefit for 90+% of their income or all of their income. In other words, about half of the people live strictly off of their Social Security benefit. That's a scary statistic right there, especially during a year like this when we see affordability being a major crisis, we see raging inflation, and we see a major problem on our hands right now with, well, people just trying to cover the basic necessities. It's a tough situation out there. Well, again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we are on the eve. Now, we're not technically right on the eve, but as I film this video right now, we are waiting for the announcement of the annual Social Security Board of Trustees annual report. Very important stuff. Now, generally, this report comes out sometime around late April to about mid-June, and we're in that window right now. I'm filming this video in the middle of May 2026 right now. So we're literally in this window right now when the annual Board of Trustees for Social Security comes out. And within that report, we get all kinds of details around the finances of Social Security. A lot of details, including the insolvency time frame, when the trust fund will be out of money, how much benefits will need to be cut in the event of insolvency. We're going to see how much money they bring in from their three main sources of income. We're going to see how much they pay out. We're going to see all the finances. They're going to open up the books and show us everything on Social Security, which I'm excited to dive into that and dissect every last number within that because it's very, very important. But then this is also going to bring up the question of why are there so many people on Social Security living in poverty and receiving these teeny tiny benefits in the face of potential insolvency, and again, looking at anywhere between a 23 and 28% cut to benefits in just a matter of about 6 years, if we're lucky, probably about 5.5 years, give or take a little, as it currently stands right now. So we've got a major problem on our hands. And again, I anticipate this argument is going to come up yet again, suggesting, why are there so many people on on Social Security living in poverty, especially SSI as well. And again, there's been separate dedicated arguments made around SSI to lift these benefits up to the federal poverty line. Now, the big question is this: who pays? Who pays for all this, right? You've always got to get a pay for. Who pays for it? Well, guess what? There's just as many proposals out there to basically restrict and cut off high income benefits. There was actually just a proposal not that long ago where they wanted to cap annual Social Security benefits at $50,000 a year for an individual, $100,000 a year for a married couple. Well, that's about, what is that? $4,160-ish dollars. It's about $4,100. It's about $4,165, give or take a little bit, per month of a maximum benefit for an individual, and about $8,300 a month for a married couple. Okay, that's $50,000 for an individual and $100,000 as a married